One of the things we're having a lot of questions about from our IANS clients is this idea of build versus buy. Now, this used to be a super easy decision for the vast majority of folks. You don't ever want to roll your own file system, roll your own crypto, any of that. Most folks would look and say, yikes, I tried that building thing once and it went really, really poorly. There's a lot of key man risk there, right? The person who builds it or the only one who knows how this one-off solution that you built internally works, they leave for greener pastures. What do you do then, right? People have been bitten by this, just repeatedly. But now, with vibe coding tools out there and all these AI development tools, a lot of folks are looking at that build versus buy calculus differently. I gotta tell you, my daughter just actually went to college this year. She's a freshman in college. I'm paying for it as an incident responder who bills by the hour. I can't encourage you enough to please vibe code your own security tools. Fantastic idea. Do it as much as you can. I want to be there to come clean up the mess for you on the backside. Now look, taking all of that out, right? Taking all the humor out, look, there really are opportunities to vibe code tools. I don't want to go buy a SaaS platform that literally is nothing but maybe a data warehouse for some of my compliance artifacts. But that's very different from a utility that's interacting, right, with my environment, or that is performing some security check. What I kind of think back to, and this is my development background coming in, is that if I have a tool and I look at the tool and I say, look, realistically, all we're doing is CRUD, create, update, delete. Sure, vibe code that all day long. I think your risk there is low because your attack surface is also low. You're obviously gonna put this very poorly tested application, right, behind ZTNA or some other network level restrictions, right? All of that, right? You're not gonna put like huge trade secrets in it. But when we start moving into stuff where we are actually integrating actual core business processes that are revenue drivers, that is a big no-go from a vibe coding perspective. We now have huge business continuity risks that are gonna come along with that. Separately, if I have very sensitive data that's being stored by the vibe coded application, we really need to step back and talk about cost versus benefit here, right? One, I'm not a lawyer, none of this is legal advice, but we should talk trade secret law. In order to get trade secret protection, you have to protect the secret, right? Roughly in accordance with the secret's value. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I certainly wouldn't want to sit in front of a jury and say, like, don't worry, we vibe coded this app to protect all our trade secrets because, saving some money for the business, and then they all got stolen, right? I wouldn't expect to get trade secret protection there. That's a huge, huge risk for the organization. So when I come down and think about vibe coding, generally if I'm thinking about an internal process that doesn't drive revenue with a limited number of internal users, doesn't reach out and touch other applications and control them, rock on, vibe code that stuff all day long. But when we come to stuff where we're gonna have huge enterprise impacts, this requires us to model that and think about, gosh, I feel like everything old is new again because now I'm talking business impact analysis again, BIA. If you do that BIA and you look and you're like, yikes, this could be problematic, buy it, for goodness sakes, have a neck to reach out and choke that's not internal. By the way, too, I'm seeing a lot of problems already with vibe-coded applications where when folks want to go update them, right, they don't know how to update them. You can't take, and I want to be very, very clear about this, you cannot take a vibe-coded application and hand it off to an actual developer and say, now add a feature to this. Because the way vibe-coded applications look internally and are, I don't even want to call it scaffolded internally because they barely are scaffolded, they're just junk code compared to enterprise-grade applications. So there's a huge cost to going and adding anything to the application later. We see consistently that folks are handing their vibe-coded applications off to developers to add features, not because they're like, you know what, vibe coding? No, I just gave up on that. They tried to vibe code the extra feature too, and it turns out that our AI, when it comes to vibe coding, is okay at generating a few core features, then we want to bolt additional stuff on, and it doesn't work so well. Breaks existing features, etc. So when we think build versus buy, I want you to think not only business resiliency, but also cybersecurity.